I'm not talking, Jeffrey. I'm being silent right now. Goody, you're a stupid little fuck. Who do we think the new flashy jungle is going to be this year? I kind of am feeling Skarner. Um, Olaf is always a great choice. Stop messaging me, Jesus Christ. Nocturne, I could see that, maybe. Bloodraiser could be alright on him. Um, Outside of Elise, I don't know. I don't know who would be like a decent AP jungler. I guess Grog maybe, but with his frickin' the nurse that he's had, especially I think it was what on his ult and his E range, I think maybe got nerfed. I guess Fiddle could technically jungle. We need some fucking beef though. All right.
My stinger brings ugly death.
Uh, oh, look at all these kids watching. Hi. Uh, Bloodraiser knock. Sedge. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about Eve. Yeah. Yeah, that's fuck. That is true. Although his Fiddle's higher levels probably aren't terrible, but I can imagine like early game him having to kill the fucking Krugs would be oh, that'd be funny to watch. Sejuani, no, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, she's tanky, I guess, but and she does have an effective ult, but that is about it. Dude, I could see fucking like a Riley's or Fiddle. Why not? Oh, good. Nothing like starting a game with a DC.
I miss my kind.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah. Rod would have been smart.
Minions have spawned.
We await our time. Hear my sting. I will tear them apart. In clawed reach. Limb from limb.
First blood.
The crystal scar is weeping.
An ally has been slain.
I see the wisdom in that.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
This world on all legs. Time to fight. The battle approaches. My stinger is ready.
Enemy double kill.
This world is so strange.
An enemy has been slain.
I miss my kind. I'll show you monstrous. The crystal scar is weeping.
Um, yeah, I do have some. I don't know why. My internet's being fucking weird.
I will my sting. We think alike, summoner. We await our time. Claws reach.
Fuck.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy is unstoppable.
Oh boy. Fizz is getting wrecked.
I miss my kind. My stinger is ready. On all legs. We think alike, summoner.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh, okay, sounds good. I mean, I do have drop frames, so that definitely could be an
We
issue.
await our
But
time.
it also could be that this Fizz is so bad he's just weighing down the fucking network.
I see the wisdom in that.
Um, yeah, well, it's weird. Um, the colors and shit, like what
An
I'm
enemy is
running at,
legendary.
is just going crazy. I got 7,000 drop frames right now. I'm gonna change something real quick. Hold on. Let's see if that helps at all. I don't know if it will, but
On all legs.
let me know if anything changes.
The crystal scar is weeping. In claw's reach. We think alike.
An enemy has been slain. You have been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
My stinger is ready. Space is no impediment.
Ally has been slain.
I will tear them apart.
Legendary. Killing spree. Enemy has been slain. Rampage. An ally has been slain.
Okay, good.
My stinger
Shut
is
down.
ready. We await
An
darkness.
enemy is legendary.
Have you seen it yet? Great fucking movie.
We think alike, Summoner. I miss my kind.
An enemy is legendary. Enemy killing spree.
The wisdom in that.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is legendary.
Alright, dude. See ya.
Much time to pull up and shoot, does he? Ellis long on the three. Ward with a good rebound in traffic, but can't put it back up and in.
There's that pressure on you all the time, the way they push the ball up the floor.
Gabriel for three. And it rattles out for Wenyon Gabriel, who's got a lot of perimeter skills, was 6'1" when he got to high school and grew to 6'9".
Well, John Calipari raves about his potential, but he gets back again to one word: defense. If guys want to play, Willis, whoever, they're going to have to play defense, or they're going to sit next to me as his model.
Goings with a jump hook, and Gabriel got all of that. Ward puts it up, can't finish, and down to the Wildcats.
Double dribble.
Yep, call for the carry to take us to a timeout. 15-12 Kentucky, 8:50 in. When we come back, the new Hall of Famer Tom Izzo with our Seth Greenberg behind the bench.
It's pretty simple. If you like how it sounds, you keep singing it. If you like how it's done, you keep doing it. If you like how it fits, you keep wearing it. Keep playing them songs, keep singing along, keep leaning it on in closer.
Every day starts better with a healthy smile. Start yours with Philips Sonicare, the #1 choice of dentists. Compared to Oral-B 7000, Philips Sonicare FlexCare Platinum removes significantly more plaque. This is the sound of sonic technology cleaning deep between teeth. Hear the difference? Get healthier gums in just 2 weeks versus a manual toothbrush and experience an amazing feel of clean. Innovation and you. Philips Sonicare. Save now when you buy Philips Sonicare.
Something new has arrived. Uniquely designed for the driven. Introducing the first ever Infiniti QX30 crossover. Lease the first ever Infiniti QX30 for $299 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Welcome back to the Garden Game, one of the State Farm Champions Classic with Kentucky leading Michigan State 15-12. Some pretty accomplished coaches in the building, as Dick mentioned, and some watching the game in the stands. Larry Brown is here, led Kansas to the national championship, of course, back in 1988.
Looks like he wants to get back coaching.
And Phil Jackson, who's in charge of the Knicks. We're here in the Knicks building. He is watching the games here tonight. And speaking of coaches, Tom Izzo's with Seth Greenberg.
Todd, you got the pace where you want it. There's one thing you'd like to do, maybe to try to get Miles involved in the game a little more?
Yeah, got to get Miles involved a little bit. Got to get Aaron Harris to get back on defense, you know. Give him on credit, but he hit the 3 threes. And that's the difference in the game right now. So we got to do a better job. We're doing a decent job in transition, but we're not finding the shooter, and they only got one right now.
Thanks.
The battle for appointments
So
to
there it is, the
President-elect
difference of the game.
Donald
Buck
Trump's
knocking down the
cabinet
threes,
being
and
called
Aaron
a
Harris,
nice.
an important guy, not just offensively, defensively for this Michigan State team.
Yeah, he really is a guy that's got to really give him, I think, point production. I mean, he scored so big, but you're right. He's got to play defense. He's a good athlete.
Bridges back in the game. Can't get it to stay down. Boy, the Spartans have had some opportunities that just have not fallen for them. So Monk is on the bench right now for Kentucky. The backcourt consists of Fox, Briscoe, and Dominique Hawkins has come into the game.
Tell you one thing, you look at Fox, that point guard, great pass, had the great angle, the post entry. What a tremendous look. Fox is absolutely special. You think about the great point guards he's had.
Bam Adebayo with the slam to extend the lead to 5.
Well, you can't give him that baseline. The strength on the inside, you got to force him to your help side. He had the great angle. Look at that box. I mean, that was Layupville. I could have made that inside. I could have. No, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Bridges is a big guy, 6'7", 230. But Adebayo's 6'10", 260. And the rebound on the missed free throw comes down to Kentucky. Fox steps into a 3. And Kenny Goins down for the rebound. Give McQuaid a lot of credit on the blockout to free up his teammate for the rebound.
You know, I think Fox is thinking too much on his shot. He hasn't been able to make a 3 yet this year. And every time he releases, it looks to me like he's pressing a little bit.
McQuaid, good outside shooter. Bridges and Adebayo matched up at this end of the floor as well. 2 McDonald's All-Americans, 2 possible lottery picks in the NBA draft next summer. Shot clock running down, and they don't get it off.
Good job defensively by Kentucky. Poor job by Michigan State with their efficiency and their offensive execution.
And coming up tomorrow night, it's an NBA Wednesday doubleheader. The Golden State Warriors head north of the border to take on the Toronto Raptors, and then at 10:30 Eastern Time, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies and the LA Clippers. Both games also streaming live on the ESPN app and Watch ESPN.
What about the Rosen, man? He's off the charts up there in Canada. They must love him up in Canada.
What, 30 or more, 8 of his first 9 games? Michael Jordan, the last guy to do that?
He's pretty good.
Briscoe for 3. And Bridges, look at how high he gets for the rebound. He is a spectacular leaper. Kept the dribble alive, and he finds Winston back into the game playing with 2 fouls.
He's just a big-time athlete. You talk about being an athlete, somebody who's right shot. He's certainly one. Here's on his best. Go to the basket.
And lays it in with the left hand. He is tough and he is strong.
Yeah, he's very physical to the goal. Comes from out of New Jersey. I'm sure he has a lot of people here from out of Roselle Catholic. Roselle also that area is where they produced a guy by the name of Rick Barry, whose son, by the way, now is playing for Florida.
That's right. 7-point lead, and Big Blue Nation making some noise here in New York City.
Talent, my friends, talent. They got talent all across that board.
Winston draws the foul. Well, we talk about the freshman so much, but Isaiah Briscoe may be about as important to this team as anybody.
Well, he brings that leadership, that experience, that toughness. He's a tough competitor. You know, last year had to play in the shadows of Ulis and certainly Murray in a great backcourt. They might have been the best. I thought they were the best backcourt in America. It's amazing to lose 2 like that, come back to a punt and Fox. Unbelievable.
Travel called on Bridges, so Michigan State has gone cold when they do get a shot on, and they're not getting enough shots up. That's the 6th turnover they've committed in the game already.
Well, 18 turnovers, and that's what Tom told me. Spoke to him on the phone the other day. He said, we got to reduce turnovers. We got to do a better job in transition. We got to stand up foul trouble to have a chance. And 18 turnovers against Arizona.
What a tough schedule for Michigan State to start the season. Going and playing Arizona in the Armed Forces Classic. They lose by 2. Playing Kentucky here. They've got a couple of home games coming to Mississippi Valley State, Florida Gulf Coast. But then they go down to the Bahamas, where they could wind up facing Louisville. And then their ACC Big Ten game is at Duke.
Wow. Plus 13,000 plus miles in the month of November travel.
Well, Tom Izzo will do that as much as just about any coach in America. He's going to find out a lot about his team in the first month of the season. Kentucky leading by 9.
I tell you, so impressed with Malik Monk here early in this game. He's been dynamite, not only making the threes, you can see his unbelievable jumping ability.
He's got 11 of their 21. Winston.
Oh, he got a nice pass, but he could have made that layup. Could have made that layup, only made an extra pass. I tell you, he's going to be a heck of a player for Michigan State.
Apprenticing, if you will, under Tum Nairn, who's the starting point guard, a great leader, but a guy who's really embraced Winston and the entire freshman class. Monk short.
I still think Harris has got to get going. They cannot win unless Harris becomes a double-figure scorer.
How about Winston, and rejected by Derek Willis.
Great outlet, too. Look at that outlet pass.
Briscoe with a lay-in at the other end.
Run, baby, run. They're going to love that. You talk about those thoroughbreds that can run on a racetrack down there in Kentucky. They're going to love seeing these dudes run, baby. Run, baby, run. Oh, man, they're going to love them in Big Blue Nation.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Ever Us. 1 diamond for your best friend, 1 for your true love. For the one woman who's both. Ever Us. Available at Kay, Jared, and Zales.
Come join us for the Jared Light Up the Holidays event. This exclusive event features our very best prices of the season and an amazing selection of exclusive pieces. November 16th through 20th only. That's why he went to Jared.
Something new has arrived. Uniquely designed for the driven. Introducing the first ever Infinity QX30 crossover. Lease the first ever Infinity QX30 for $299 a month. Visit your local Infinity retailer.
Kentucky off and running. Malik Monk knocking down threes, and the Wildcats lead Michigan State by 9. 7:32 to go, first half, into the first game of the Champions Classic. Let's take a look now at some of our Sonic blockbuster games this season. Michigan State at Duke, part of the ACC Big Ten at the end of the month. And how about this one? How much fun is this game every year? Kentucky will be at Louisville on December the 21st. Then, in January, they played in Lawrence last year. This year they'll play in Lexington, Kansas, and Kentucky. And then, of course, not once but twice, it'll be North Carolina and Duke on the 9th of February and the 4th of March. And the Jayhawks are in the house because another blockbuster game's coming up tonight. Kansas and Duke. It just has a good ring to it, doesn't it, Dickie B?
Tell you a game I'm really looking forward to as well. Not listening to Indiana and North Carolina. Tar Heels are for real, man. Yep. I'll tell you one thing, they're special. And then Indiana has that big win over Kansas where they really played well. Bryant.
OG Anunoby.
Yeah, Anunoby, terrific player as well. One of them blocked it. He was my player of the week. He was my player of the week.
What a game that was. Indiana in overtime, beating Kansas 103-99 in the second game of the Armed Forces Classic. There's another turnover. That is 7 miscues already by Michigan State.
They got to find a way to start to get a little more execution. This can get away from them. They're so explosive, Kentucky.
Three freshmen in the game right now for the Wildcats. Fox, Monk, and Adebayo. This is Briscoe. Good help there from the backside by Goins.
Goins, a guy that gives you everything he has. He plays so hard.
Deflection.
Got to use the bounce pass there. Had a great angle. Got to throw that bounce pass.
And it's another turnover, Dickie V.
Turnover City. That's been their problem. You know, Tom Izzo gets 1 5-star big-time player in Bridges. John Calipari loads up with 5 of them. Most schools should go absolutely ballistic if you can sign a 5-star player. You get one.
And Kentucky was recruiting Bridges hard.
Oh, big time.
They almost landed him.
Yes, sir. Told me he wanted him badly.
And away from the ball, Adebayo is called for the offensive foul.
Look at the size now. They'll take Adebayo out, then they'll come in with Humphries.
Right.
I mean, how many teams can do that?
6'10", 260 goes out. 7 foot, 255 comes in. Humphries is a sophomore, and he's still only 18 years old.
He's a baby yet.
From Sydney, Australia.
If he can play, they can find him. Kenny Payne talking to him.
Pretty good player back in his day. Winston with a pull-up. And Humphries with a rebound, and again they are looking to push. Monk will cross over and be fouled by Ellis.
He's just in an attacking mode right now. That jump shot goes for you, defenses come out on you, and now you can go right to the basket utilizing that speed and quickness.
Tum Nairn back in for Winston for the Spartans. Fox to inbound for Kentucky. And a zone look now from the Spartans.
You got to pack it in out of the zone.
Nope.
Got to match it up.
Back in the man-to-man.
Match it up.
Monk. His 4th three already.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it. He's got the rhythm. He's got the touch, the range. Likes to guard it, man. He's at the best of them here in the Metcalf.
He had 16 points in the win Sunday against Canisius, 12 of them in the second half. He's already got 14 points here tonight.
Some guys just like the big stage. Eyes light up.
And Michigan State desperately needs a quality possession. They've been turning it over, just trying to get a good look. That's a tough shot. That is not a great look, but Nairn was running out of time and running out of options.
I'll tell you one thing, this Kentucky team also has the makeup to be a potential very good defensive team because you start with quickness. You start with quickness all over the floor, and you got that kind of ability, and you buy into playing defense as a team. Now you go and elevate your whole game.
And we asked John Calipari at shoot around today, how quickly are they picking things up? What's the collective IQ, basketball IQ of this group? And he goes, you know what? He goes, I don't even use my whiteboard with this group. They get it. He feels that they are really quick studies, and they're understanding what he's putting in this early in the season.
Yeah, he really likes this team. There's no question. You can tell in the tone of his voice.
Fox called for the charge, the second one drawn by Matt McQuaid already in this game.
Why would you not like him? You're a coach. He's got every part you'd want. Size, quickness, athletic ability.
Hey, Dick, tonight between games, right here on ESPN, we'll have the exclusive reveal of the college football playoff top 25 rankings. Reese and the guys will break it down from top to bottom, as well as a live interview with committee chair Kirby Hocutt, also available on the ESPN app. Do you have some thoughts on the matter?
Well, you know, that was chaos galore with three teams in the top four getting beat last weekend. I mean, Alabama's certainly a lock. Ohio State's got to be in here.
Bridges.
He's having a tough time in the perimeter. He's got to go inside and use that great jumping ability he has.
And this one getting away from the Spartans. They're down a dozen, but they get a stop.
They're not going to stop. Quit. They will not quit. They will fight, scrap, reflect their coach. Getting back to the football, you know, Alabama. I said Ohio State. I like Louisville, and I like Michigan.
Ward with a big-time follow to get Michigan State within 10.
They need Ward on the inside to give him point production. He's got that body just like Randall. Those are my four, baby. Those are my four.
Quick timeout. We'll be back to the Garden after this.
Please bow your heads.
And I'm just grateful that we can all be here in this moment.
I'm thankful for my family and that they care about me.
We're another year older. We've been through a lot of trauma.
No matter what color we are, no matter what uniform we got on, you guys are my family.
Nothing more important than family today. It's good to be together.
Let's enjoy it.
Welcome back to the Garden, along with Dick Vitale, Maria Taylor. I'm Dan Schulman. Game one of the State Farm Champions Classic. Duke and Kansas still to come. Malik Monk stealing the show tonight.
Yeah, he really is showing his ability to shoot the perimeter jumper. He's got that bounce off the floor, shoots it really well off the dribble. There he is without the dribble. There he is again without the dribble. And we can know he can get to the basket. He's super quick as well.
By the way, that was not a called timeout. One of the players had a cut, had some blood on his arm, and they had to tend to that, so it was an official's timeout that led to that break.
You know, Dan, talking about big moments, this is a big 4 minutes right here for Michigan State. They really have to take a little command here to go in the locker room and feeling good about themselves.
Humphreys with a travel, good call. One of the points of emphasis this year with the officials is traveling, whether it's just shuffling your feet as you start a move or as you gather and set yourself for a jump shot. They're going to try to clamp down on that.
You know, at the point of emphasis, every year we hear a certain thing. Then they do it right out of the start, and then all of a sudden it slides back.
Yeah. Well, the biggest point of emphasis, and to your point, and this has been the biggest point of emphasis for a number of years, as Joshua Langford makes a three, the freshman from Huntsville, Alabama.
They need him to step up and give him points. Langford came in as a big-time player. He's battling some injuries, had a hamstring problem.
Nick Ward with a foul. We will step aside the under 4 media timeout, and we mentioned the college football. The new rankings are coming out tonight. Maybe we'll get a little preview. Maria Taylor with Kirk Herbstreit when we come back to New York.
It was always just a hobby, something you did for fun, until the day it became something much more. And that is why you invest. The best returns aren't just measured in dollars. TD Ameritrade.
This season, start a new tradition. Experience the power of Infinity now with leases starting at $319 a month. Infinity. Empower the drive.
Texans Raiders in Mexico City, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
It was hard enough finding the right girl, but the perfect ring, there's no pressure there.
You found the perfect girl. Now let me and the diamond experts at Sales help you find the perfect ring.
The Vera Wang Love Collection, designed for Sales,
The Diamond Store.
2 hearts is one.
My interpretation of love. The Kindred Heart pendant for the Vera Wang Love Collection. For all lovers. Exclusively at Zales, the Diamond Store.
Between games tonight, the exclusive reveal of the new rankings, the college football playoff rankings. Let's see if Maria Taylor can get any information out of Kirk Herbstreit.
I'll do what I can, Dan. All right, we got Kirk right here, and I know the game is exciting, but 2, 3, and 4 lost last week. So who is your new top 4?
First of all, I'm standing on a step here. I'm not 6'7". Alabama obviously won for me. Ohio State is 2. 3 and 4, this is what's going to be wild tonight. I have Louisville at 3, even though they lost to Clemson, and then Clemson at 4, and Michigan hovering very closely at number 5.
Louisville's the big winner.
For me,
yes.
I don't think the committee's going to agree with me, but that's where I got them right now, for 3.
All right, well, we'll see exactly what the committee has to say then at halftime. Thanks, Kirk.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks, sir. So the same as your 4, except you got Michigan 4 ahead of Clemson, right?
Yeah, no, I got Michigan 4.
Yeah.
See, I know he went to Ohio State, see, so he slides Michigan down to 5. You know, those Buckeyes, how they think. I'm going to tell you this. I personally think, and I'm just a fan, I'm not an expert like Kirk and all those guys, but I think the fact that Clemson struggled against a lot of clubs lately, then they get beat at home by a mediocre, just a little better than mediocre, I would say, Pittsburgh team. On the other side, you look at Michigan, they lose on the road, a heartbreaker to Iowa, who's a pretty good football team. So I'd give Michigan the edge at 4, but I think Clemson ultimately can get in there because the rest of the schedule, I think, favors them.
But you like Louisville in there at 3, too.
Oh, I do like Louisville at 3. And, you know, let's face it, you know, the Bo Woody showdown when we got Urban and Jim Harbaugh. I love that Bo Woody makeup now years ago, and I'll tell you that, that's going to be one heck of a game. Michigan, Ohio State.
You may have just seen that stat. Michigan State has yet to go to the free throw line as Langford makes a long jumper, and that was a concern for Tom Izzo in their last game against Arizona. They only attempted 9 free throws and took 25 threes. Monk 4 for 7 now from three-point range, and the Spartans get back into it.
There's time to get right back here. Langford's made 2 big shots for them. Came in as a big-time player. Then he had a hamstring that set him back.
And this one is going against Ward. Offensive foul, his second, and that's going to send him to the bench.
Got that swing move. See, 2 fouls to the bench. We got to go to 6 fouls. 6 fouls in the game. Too much today where players are sitting on the sideline. It's the only sport where we penalize players like that. I mean, you practice your football team, you know they're going to be out there. In basketball, it doesn't work that way.
7-point lead, Kentucky. 3:10 to go in the first half. Kansas and Duke in the second game later on tonight from the Garden.
Mike Krzyzewski got those 3 diaper Davies out. Can you imagine when they get all 3 of them back?
Still some great talent. They're 2-0. Kansas 0-1 after the loss to Indiana in Hawaii. Goings with a strong rebound in between a couple of Kentucky players.
He's a tenacious competitor, man.
Bridges with a crossover and a finish.
That's big time. That's going to bring a smile to Phil Jackson's face, man. There aren't many Knicks that can do what he just did there. What an incredible job. By the way, Phil Jackson's not getting a Christmas card from LeBron James. Have you read that? No Christmas card.
And now the ball's going back over to Michigan State, and Uncle Mo, as you like to say, swinging here in favor of the Spartans.
That's a big-time baseline move. Nobody from Kentucky took the baseline away. Look at the change of direction. Low, explosive. He is super scintillating, sensational. Look at the bench. They love it. Are they jubilant? They love it. They said it's our guy Miles. Oh, take a look right here. Are you serious, Miles? Are you serious?
It was a 12-point lead for Kentucky. It's now 5. You talked about how important the last 4 minutes of the half would be for the Spartans.
Well, it really is. You know, you want to go with a little momentum, a little confidence. Get the ball inside. Let them double them up and find an open guy.
Bridges will dribble out of the double team. Still plenty of time. He'll drive, lose it on the way up, but it will stay with Michigan State. Meanwhile, some Blue Devils are in the house. Got John Shire on the left, Nolan Smith on the right. Members of the coaching staff for Duke as they are having a look firsthand. Remember, they're going to play Michigan State not that long from now in the ACC Big Ten.
2 pretty good players right there.
Yeah.
Shire and Nolan
Pretty
Smith.
good backcourt, huh?
Not bad.
McQuaid. And it's loose down to Langford.
Oh, you got to convert that.
I think we had a whistle, could not hear it, but I believe there was a foul called on the Langford attempt. So he will be going to the line. The foul was called on Humphries.
You know, Langford's got great size. Came out of Alabama. Speaking about Alabama, Avery Johnson doing a great job in recruiting. Lost a tough game to Dayton. Dayton Flyers very good, man. I'll tell you, Archie Miller.
You can see the left leg of Langford is wrapped. You talked about the hamstring injury. He missed both exhibition games, so he's just kind of getting back up to speed right now for Michigan State. Tom Izzo describes him as having an old man game. He's not the kind of guy who will blow you away, but the more you see him, the more you'll like him.
He's trying to basically say he's fundamental. Oh, you got to make those fouls. You got to make those fouls.
Bridges got fouled.
But they're going to love Bridges up in Spartan country. He's a warrior, man. He's a warrior. He's out of Flint. Think about that great team in 2000 that won that national title. Think about guys that really talk about toughness with Cleaves and certainly Charlie Bell, as you mentioned earlier, Peterson.
Bridges, yes. Bridges averaged better than 26 points per game in the preseason, had 21 in the loss to Arizona.
You know, we call these kids diaper Dan, as you and I were talking during the break. These kids have played so many tournaments, so much AAU competition. Don't get me started with AAU competition, because I heard things today that blow my mind with some of the stuff going on, recruiting kids, 7th, 8th graders, kids not going to school, putting them back a year academically so they can play basketball. I mean, that's sad. I mean, coaches were telling me today it's sleazy as can be.
Michigan State just missed 3 out of 4 free throws. They're down by 4, but they have gotten back into it after trailing by as many as 12. Monk the kick, corner 3, Hawkins, no. And on the follow, Gabriel is fouled.
Gabriel did a great job coming off of the help side, coming up with that offensive rebound.
Coming up at the half, it is Reese, Seth, Jay, and Jay Will with the Jeep halftime report, analysis of the first half, Herbie Live, and predictions on the college football rankings, which will be revealed right here on ESPN and from the Garden Live between games.
I love college football. I want to make it very clear that, in AAU competition, not everybody falls in that category. And the coaches are telling me today, Dan, it's unbelievable what's going on. They're recruiting 7th, 8th, 9th graders, promise them, give them all kinds of goodies. I mean, that's why the high school coaches become a guy in the background. Sad, real sad.
Wade to the bench. Alice back in for Michigan State after Gabriel makes a couple. We were talking as well. It's incomprehensible to think of it, and this is it's ancient history now, a long time ago, but there was a time when freshmen were not even eligible to play college basketball. You had to sit out your first year.
These kids come in, they're men ready.
Bridges is fouled. No, Bridges is calling for the travel.
Ooh, I didn't see a travel right there. I thought he got rid of the ball before he...
10th turnover committed by Michigan State. Let's get another look.
Oh, I don't see a travel there, did you?
I think he's running a little bit. Yeah, I think he's running before he put the ball down. 5 turnovers committed by Bridges in the first half. So he is struggling tonight. I mean, let's be honest. 3 points. He's got 5 turnovers, but grabbing some rebounds. We saw the vertical leap a little bit earlier tonight on the dunk and on a rebound. And get a look at this. Watch how high he gets. You watch it and you say, boy, that's amazing, but he's not done yet. He just keeps going and going and going.
Wow.
Top of the backboard.
Wow, you can't teach that. You know, you'd say about 3 points and turnovers. Bottom line is you watch about 3 minutes of him running up and down the court, and you know the kid's a player. You know he's a player. He's going to have a lot of trouble sometime because teams are going to set their defenses to him, and he's going to need help from his other people to support it. The guy that's really disappointed me so far has been Harris, because I expected Harris to be a star this year with Valentine moving out early in the season, but he has to be the player that they think he can be if they're going to be right up there in the upper echelon challenging in the Big Ten.
But as Tom Izzo said to Seth Greenberg when he was talking to him a little bit earlier, he's got to get back on defense. Harris was the guy covering Monk when Monk made some of those threes earlier. And we have a delay of game warning on Kentucky. Too slow getting out of the huddle. That was a point of emphasis that was started last year to keep the game moving, get them out of the huddle as quickly as possible. A warning on Kentucky.
15 seconds you have to get them off.
So next one would be a tee. Nearing the final minute of the first half, Kentucky with the ball in a 6-point lead.
They need to stop right here. Michigan State needs a stop.
Sasha Kalia-Jones off his leg and out of bounds.
See, if you can force Kentucky to play 5-on-5, you got a better chance than allowing them to get up and down the floor. And that's what Michigan State's been doing the last few minutes. Ball goes out of the
Good hands
Sasha.
by Nairn to really cause that turnover. That's the 8th turnover committed by the Cats. Well, this is a big minute. Can Michigan State get a score and a stop? Or can Kentucky lengthen out that lead? Well, here's a steal.
Bad play right there. Bad choice. Trying to put a lob over his 7-footer.
And it's a layup at the other end for Briscoe.
See what happens? They go from the defensive end to the offensive end so quickly, and Briscoe's a great finisher. Poor play by Michigan State right there.
Langford, nice look. Goings with a slam.